Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel, brought to you by Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast, available the first Friday of every month. So today, shipped here unbelievably quickly, I have from Super 7, their ReAction line, the Arctic Rescue Vehicle with the Blind Woodsman, Snake Eyes, and Sled Dogs. Now, this popped up, no pre order, in stock, ready to go just a few days ago. I ordered it and it arrived here on Christmas Eve. This is very exciting. I am not. I can't say I'm collecting the ReAction line. I'm all in on the Ultimates from Super 7, but the ReAction is a little different proposition for me. But when you do something that's this specific, this faithful to the source material, and is in stock, ready to buy now, and not a pre-order for 6 to 9 months from now, I just can't help myself. Now, I will say the price point for this probably seemed a little prohibitive to some people. It was $75 for this set. However, if you consider that it's two ReAction figures, oh no, wait, eight ReAction figures, because it includes six sled dogs and the two figures. And once we open this thing up, we'll take a closer look at these guys. But for me, the value is there. The representation of something that means so much to me, this Mass Device series from G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, I had to have it. I had to have it. And the fact that it was in stock, it was going to be a Christmas treat essentially. So the reason I am opening this up like 15 minutes after it arrived at my doorstep is that the box that it was shipped in looked like it had been dropped in a lake, like it was still wet to the touch. And even up here, there was moisture on the top, there was moisture on the side here, but I kind of wiped that off and I felt for the inside of the cardboard here, and it's not like it's a little damp, but it can be dried out. So what I've got to do now is open this thing up and see if everything's okay. Now it's plastic, water shouldn't do it too much harm, but this packaging, as you can see, is gorgeous. So I don't want this packaging to be damaged in any way either, because even though I'm going to open this up, I do want this to stay nice and clean and beautiful like it is now. You can see this wonderful flat finish on the, or excuse me, matte finish on this. Gorgeous art on the front. Let's take a look at the back. Oh, and look at that. File cards. Oh, oh man, this is wonderful. Okay, so uh, Snake Eyes sacrificed himself to save his team from Cobra's men. He braves the Arctic with a radioactive canister taken from the cave. The blind woodsman rescues Snake Eyes from a polar bear attack. With no time to waste, he calls on his snow dogs with his sled in tow. The blind woodsman transports Snake Eyes back to his lair and nurses him back to health using leaves and herbs. This is fantastic. We've got file cards. I'm not going to read the whole file card to you, but you can see these are classically done file cards. They're not in, and look, I understand why Hasbro does their 5 language thing that they do, but one language, nice to look at, aesthetically pleasing. This packaging is gorgeous. It brings back all the right kind of memories, even though this is something that never existed in the original line. So let's go ahead and open this beautiful package up. I've got we're going to try something out here. I still have my trusty 1964 box cutter, but I've got this new little piece of business here that's supposed to be like eternally. Woo! Did you see that? This thing is supposed to stay sharp like forever, and it just went right through that tape. Well, it didn't quite get that side. Hang on. You got whatever you're cutting through, you got to pull it taut. But there we go, just right through. All right, now let's get this little tab opened up here. This is the side that appeared to be exposed to water the most. But as you can see, everything is fine. Our cardboard is like damp like it was in humidity, not damp like it was in a freaking lake. So everything looks good. I think we're going to be okay here, because I really don't want to contact anybody, because what a pain in the butt. It should be on the post office if there are any issues, but Super 7 I know would step up and take care of it. Oh man. Okay, so you see what I'm talking about here is, yes, they're two ReAction figures, but these snow dogs are huge. They are the equal. So technically we have, in my opinion, 8 ReAction figures with this set. Okay, let's see what all we've got going on. Let's see how easy it is to get out of this plastic tray. We've got our sled, which is beautifully I'm going to look at everything piece by piece. So just hang in there for a minute, and we're going to get everything out of the packaging. We've got some tape up here, which I'm not a big fan of. I do wish that Super 7 would find another method to secure. Man, this little bit of business, you can get this on Amazon. And I guess I ordered it a couple years ago thinking it was one of those gift wrap cutters, and it's not. But this thing's pretty nice. I'm a fan for this purpose, not for cutting gift wrap. All right, we've got our canister. We've got a little pistol here with some tape on top of it. Let's see if we can get the rifle out. Ugh, come on with the tape, Super 7. Let's see if I can just cut right around that rifle. Nice. This is a little precision tool right here. I'm a fan. Although it may not have helped me. Oh, there we go. Got a little pistol here. Blind Woodsman. The man himself, Snake Eyes, the one who we simply cannot have too many figures of. Now, you may notice he's an odd color. We'll get to that in a minute. And then finally, all of our snow dogs that are popping right out of there. I like it. So all of our packaging is fine. Obviously, I mean, these are plastic, so water wasn't going to hurt them. But everything inside is fine. No need to file any claims or anything like that. Let's take a look. Now, obviously, all 6 of our snow dogs here are pretty much just identical little guys, same faces, and that's fine. There's no reason they should be anything other than that for the aesthetics of this line. So let's take a look at, again, there's one. Oh, look at that. You got a nice little hinge right there. And then 5 points of articulation. Oh, wait a minute. No, his little tail moves too. 6 points. So these, ladies and gentlemen, these are deluxe ReAction figures because they feature a whopping 6 points of articulation. Oh, and look at that. That's not that you'd want to pose the tail that way. That's weird. But it does. It's basically a ball joint there. So you've got a little bit of posability with these guys, so you can make, put the dogs in slightly different positions once you hook them up to the sled. But great figure. Paint job is fantastic. Take a look at that face. You can see the paint on the eyes, the nose. The harness is accurately and perfectly painted. Great sculpt on these guys. I mean, they are Sunbow snow dogs. Something that I never really imagined we'd get, but here we are. They look great. All right, and they're all. I'll just real quick go through each one, but I mean, they're all fantastic. They're all good boys. I got to tell you, it never even occurred, and this is what I love about Super 7. This is why I am such a fan of Super 7. It would never have occurred to me to do this set, or to think I would want this set, or to think it would even be a thing that would happen. But here we are. You can see all those dogs look great. All absolutely perfectly done. There's even a little color, if you can see, in his ear right there. Very nice. Dogs look wonderful. This is just a great Super 7er fans. They're nerds. They know what we love as collectors. Sled looks fantastic. Again, it looks straight out of Sunbow. I mean, it's got deco that looks nice, but it's not overly done. And everything, all of the shapes are very pleasing and basic. It looks like the cartoon design. They didn't go too far with giving it detail, but they also gave it enough to where it really does have a unique, wonderful look to it. You've got a little. I'm wondering if maybe the rifle sits right here, is my guess. Yep, look at that. Those little pieces right there hold the rifle in place. Excellent. And then we've got the actual harness for the snow dogs. So let's go ahead just for fun. And if it's easy enough, oh yeah, everything plugs right in. The harness is a sort of softer plastic. It's not, it's not super soft, but it has enough give to where it kind of pops right in there, and you can see it just plugs right into their chests. So, oh, and they're a little offset too, so they look a little different as they go down the line. You've got, you don't have just a uniform, oh, here are these dogs lined up. The way that this is sculpted, they're offset just a little bit, you can see, so that when they're hooked up to the harness or the whatever this is, they're just a little different. So it's more interesting than just if they were all perfectly lined up. And this is great because this pegs in here in a really snug way. So look at that. They're snug, they're secure. There's no, it's not questionable at all about how like loose they are or anything like that. Everything, well, I didn't get that one. Hang on, that's on me. I didn't get that second plug in on that one. There we go. So there's no questions about like how well this is in or how secure it is. Like that is good engineering right there is what that is. Very well done. Okay. And then, well, I guess we might as well go ahead and hook them up to the sled, which you can see has these two connection points on the front. So all we have to do is get that, and that tabs in just as snugly and securely as it does on the dogs. So it's not too loose. It's not difficult to get in there. It is connected and it's solid and secure. Again, great engineering, precision stuff. I mean, look, you may laugh at something like, well, it fits. Well, of course it fits. It's supposed to fit. But think about how often you get a mass market toy with the little plug in the holster that's supposed to hold the top closed or something along those lines that just doesn't fit or stay in right. This is important stuff. It's a small detail, but it's important. And Super 7 has nailed it. Look at that. Everything very secure, stays where it should. All right. Let's slide those guys to the side. We're going to take a look at our figures. First, our blind woodsman. Very Sunbow accurate. He's got his sort of jacket, his Daniel Boone looking jacket here with the belt, his leggings with the laces. I don't know how much sense his costume here makes, but it looks fantastic. He's got the dark circles, the blue in his eyes. Just looks absolutely incredible. I understand people who don't like 5 points of articulation G.I. Joe. I get it. The whole reason I started collecting G.I. Joe in the first place was the military theme was very appealing to me. My dad was in the military, so that was a connection point for us. But the articulation of those original O-ring Joes was the main thing that won me over from Star Wars. But this aesthetic, this Sunbow look, is so perfectly achieved using this, and you just got to think of it as the ReAction line is an existing thing, and now they're doing G.I. Joe characters. And it works for me. If it doesn't work for you, I get it, but I like it. All right, and then our pal Snake Eyes, who is cast in this color because he glows red in the dark to simulate his poisoning with the radiation. So if you take a look, you'll notice that his hands are exposed That's because in this first miniseries, Snake Eyes did not have gloves. He just had exposed hands like this. But the sculpt is great. This is what he looked like in the cartoon. It calls back to the classic figure, but it does have more color because for Sunbow, they gave him some more highlights and stuff. But obviously, this is a gimmick figure. It glows in the dark. It serves a different purpose than being a completely accurate Sunbow Snake Eyes figure, which is another reason why I found this set so appealing. So, we're going to take a look at how well he glows in just a minute. But first, I want to get to the canister of radioactive material. Very simply done. Looks good. And look at that. It does open up. Very cool. It would be nice if it had a little piece of like glow in the dark business inside, but whatever. It's fine. I like it. Very well done accessory. Simple thing. Is he going to be able to carry it? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there is a notch right there. You can see to get that in exactly right. So there you go. As far as carrying it, looks like there you go. That's pretty much your only option. But hey, at least that works. It fits snugly between those hands. So if you want to position him on the shelf like this, you absolutely will be able to. And that's in there pretty well. And then finally, we have got a little blaster, which I believe this is the Woodsman's blaster. Lots of detail, very specific sculpt. Looks great, and we're going to test the fit here. Fits perfectly into the Woodsman's hand. Ready to shoot a grizzly bear, although I think he uses the rifle for the grizzly bear shooting. And then the rifle, which is kind of another signature piece of the set because it's such a recognizable thing. You've got our wiring for the energy. I don't believe this is a shoulder strap. I think this is wiring for whatever kind of wacky energy charge this thing shoots. But beautifully sculpted. I love that it has paint on it as well. People talk about ReAction figures being simplistic, and that's not really true. They have an aesthetic, but I wouldn't call them simple because if they were, this would all be one color. You wouldn't have the detail that you have on the sled. They're their own thing. You can't lump ReAction into a different category because it's something special and unique. So let's see how well this fella holds that rifle. I am noticing that the grip is kind of giant, and I'm a little worried about how well that's going to fit into his hand. Yeah, it doesn't particularly want to go in there. But fortunately, his hand is a nice, flexible plastic. And this, I said it before, I'll go ahead and reiterate it now. Engineering, and where the sled design, everything works so absolutely perfectly. They did kind of miss the mark with this rifle, I'm not going to lie, because it doesn't want to go in either of his hands. I mean, it fits, but you can see the hand is stretched beyond what it's really supposed to do. It works. The left hand works better than the right hand, and it's not going anywhere. It's in there securely. You can see I'm giving it a pretty decent little tap there, and it's staying in place. So, you know what? I take it back. It might actually work rather well with the hands just being a more flexible. They're sturdy. They're not floppy PVC, but they are flexible. You can see, but they go right back into their shape. So not bad, not bad. And this one, the longer it's in here, you can see it's not resisting. It's not trying to pop out of that hand. And you can see right there, I was concerned that we had a little, let me try and get a good, I was concerned we had a little paint breakage right there, but it's not. That's just part of the molding. So, okay, not bad. I'll take it. So let's stow our rifle in the sled where it belongs. We're going to get our Woodsman We've got a couple of foot pegs on the back right here. Let's see how easy it is to get him onto those. Oh, super, super easy. Sorry, I'm in a bad angle here. This is my fault, not the toy's fault, because I can't tell where. Okay, so foot pegs go right on, and then once he's on the foot pegs, the handles that you can see there, his hands slide right onto those, almost as though everything was perfectly designed to work together. So you can see it all connects perfectly. And we'll just stash old Snake Eyes, our sickly passenger, in there. The rifle fits kind of above his arm. And then our radiation canister will sit right on his feet. We've got the Woodsman's pistol that I could put in his hand, or I can just sit right here. And look at that. What a beautiful, nostalgic, magical set, in my opinion. I love this. So now let's take a second. He's been absorbing light this whole time. So let's cut the lights off in the Phantom Zone here and see how well this guy glows. Okay, we are ready in 3, 2, 1. I cannot find the light switch. There we go. Maybe he has not absorbed enough light, because this guy is not glowing at all. Not to the camera or to my eye. Okay, we're going to try this again. I took him outside and he had kind of a faint glow. And now, okay, you can see his glows don't totally match. So I took him outside under sunlight, and as soon as I got back into the dark basement area, just indoors, he was glowing really well. So I brought him back in and put him directly under a light bulb, and he's picked up a little glow power. You can see the torso doesn't really match the arms and the head, which, is not great. I'm not going to lie. But still, a cool idea, cool feature. And if you really want to, then you can get yourself a... And yes, I can hear the reaction deniers now, and I don't blame you one bit. You can get yourself a Sunbow Reaction Snake Eyes and put him in here instead. But again, for the gimmickry, for the concept, for just the idea, I really, really like this set. It was worth it to me. I'm thrilled to have it on the shelf. I'm probably going to display it right in front of this gorgeous box. This is wonderful, and if Super 7 keeps doing creative, interesting things like this, then I'm going to keep buying Reaction, because I just love this. This is wonderful. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about the Needless Things YouTube channel. And Yo Joe. Wait, I guess he wouldn't say Yo Joe. He would just say...
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.